The Hulk has been on our screens for a very long time now. His first movie, at least theatrically, came out nearly 20 years ago at the time of recording, though he initially gained fame from the 1970s TV show The Incredible Hulk, which starred Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno. However, the Hulk nearly returned to his traditional TV format again in the early 2010s, this time as a companion series to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which would have been helmed by famed monster movie director Guillermo Del Toro. So, what if it happened? While a sequel to 2008's The Incredible Hulk was still very much on the table by this point, the movie went through delays, let's call them, due to star Edward Norton ultimately being axed from the project due to creative differences. However, Marvel was still very much interested in utilizing the Hulk to his greatest potential, which included plans for not only The Incredible Hulk 2, as well as an appearance in The Avengers, but also an entire ABC TV show that would run alongside shows like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Marvel decided that they really wanted this show to be different to the rest of the MCU. They wanted to make it a very unique viewing experience, thus they made the decision to hire Guillermo Del Toro to helm the pilot. Del Toro was well known for his creature features, such as the first two Hellboy movies and Pan's Labyrinth, and he already come close to making an MCU movie based on Doctor Strange in the mid-2000s. Marvel approached Del Toro about making a Hulk show in 2010. The meeting went very well, and it seemed like a given that the show is bound to get made, as even Stan Lee supported the project. The Hulk appealed very much to Del Toro's sensibilities. He always preferred the darker Marvel characters such as Man-Thing, Doctor Strange, Blade, and of course, the Incredible Hulk. The series would have been overseen by Marvel TV head executive Jeff Loeb and been written by David Icke, who worked as an executive producer on the remake of Battlestar Galactica. The plan was for the show to come out shortly after the release of The Avengers, and basically give something for the Hulk to do until such time as The Incredible Hulk 2 could finally get made. This show, of course, would have starred Mark Ruffalo and possibly featured an appearance, or possibly multiple appearances, from Liv Tyler's Betty Ross. However, something interesting to note is that apparently this version would have featured animatronics and puppetry instead of CGI, which definitely would have given the show a unique flavor, I think, from the rest of the MCU. Now, Del Toro would say that he and David Icke wanted to show a real Hulk, really show the human beneath the monster in a way that the movies just couldn't. He also hoped to show both the excitement and the horror of being the Hulk. He said his show would not take any inspiration from the TV show or either of the movies, and would instead just be solely based on the Hulk comic books. Del Toro would claim in interviews in 2012 the pilot was still very much in active development, and insisted that Marvel Studios was waiting for an unknown big-name writer to be available to work on the show. Time would continue to pass, however, with seemingly no progress being made. This might not have just been because of the writer they were waiting for, though, as Del Toro was notoriously busy in the early 2010s, working on several projects at once, including Pacific Rim, a remake of The Haunted Mansion, a remake of Beauty and the Beast, and Hellboy 3, just to name a few. But despite this, he would claim in October 2012 to have a full screenplay already completed for the pilot episode. However, 2012 would go into 2013 with still no word on the show's progress. Rumors were abound that Marvel Studios were anxious about Del Toro's vision being too dark. Marvel also began to wonder whether the Hulk really needed a TV show after the Avengers proved he might be better served on the big screen only. Ultimately, the project was indeed cancelled, and to date, the Hulk has yet to appear in any solo project since 2008, though he will be making his small screen debut as part of the She-Hulk TV show later this year on Disney+. So a Hulk TV show that would have been directed by Guillermo Del Toro and star Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. Can I get a hell yeah? I mean, seriously, what a dropped ball, guys. I cannot reiterate enough how sad I am this didn't happen. Like, holy shit, did this need to happen? They should have known, I think, by this point, The Incredible Hulk 2 is probably not gonna happen. And, you know, the reason that movie wasn't going to happen was mainly because of Universal. Because Universal Universal don't want to give up the rights to the Hulk, but they also don't want Disney making any Hulk movies. So, but like there was no such stipulation when it came to shows. That's why the idea of a show is being talked about in the first place, because Disney began to realize that an Incredible Hulk 2 is becoming less and less likely. So that just makes you kind of wonder why they wouldn't just, do the show then. Like, why were they even holding out for the Incredible Hulk 2 if they knew it probably wasn't going to happen? It just doesn't really make any sense. And yeah, I get it. They probably thought, as I said, that Guillermo Del Toro's vision was too dark. He's not always the most kid-friendly director. I mean, he's done lighthearted stuff, but he is more well-known for his dark stuff. I mean, he did direct Blade 2, which is, a pretty graphic movie all around. So it's not like, he appeals to everybody. But, this show wouldn't have been seen by everybody. I mean, I don't imagine most younger MCU fans would have been watching this show. I imagine most younger MCU fans like myself would have just been watching the movies only. Because, hell, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. started when I was only 11, and I was not watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. As of now, maybe one day this will change, but I think it's been decanonized. But maybe one day I'll watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I haven't as of now. But either way, I can't imagine I'd watch this show, and I don't think too many younger viewers would. I guess it really depends on how big of a Hulk fan you are, honestly. But that's not to say that I think it's a bad idea, because I think it would be a great idea. Because, if you can't do a movie, then yeah, why not do a show? I always thought it was a mistake to limit Mark Ruffalo's Hulk to the team-up movies, because then he can never get the focus completely on him. And I always thought he got a bit gypped, because, he's such a great Hulk, and he never really gets to hold the audience's attention, because he has to fight for screen time with all these other big Avengers characters like Iron Man and Captain America and Thor and Black Widow and Nick Fury. He has to compete for attention, and a guy as big as the Hulk and as iconic as the Hulk shouldn't have to do that, in my opinion. And it would have been nice for him to get a show all to himself. A movie would have been great too, but if I had to choose between a movie and a show, I'd probably choose a show, because yeah, a show would have been able to, really develop the character in ways that a movie just can't. A show can take more time with its character development than a movie can, because, it doesn't have a running time. So, and as far as Guillermo Del Toro goes, holy shit, I've said it so many times. I've made so many videos about his canceled projects, but it's just because he's such an inspiring director. Guillermo Del Toro, I'd outright say, is my favorite director, probably. He's just such an inspiring guy. He's very humble, but he's so passionate about his work. And honestly, Guillermo Del Toro and the Hulk just seems like a match made in heaven to me. It really is, because the Hulk is a monster, really. But is he a monster? I would have really liked to see Del Toro explore that, because he's done that a lot, in movies like, Hellboy, where he explores whether or not, a so-called monster is really a monster. A character like the Hulk just seems really up his alley, in my opinion. And, the Lou Ferrigno TV show for the Hulk, it went on for 5 seasons, and it was still canceled too early, honestly. I've even seen the show, and I know it was canceled too early. The storyline for that show wasn't even finished when they canceled it, so it would have been kind of nice for the Hulk to get a brand new TV show to kind of, re-inspire new generations of, Hulk fans. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think that sounds like a really fantastic idea. I don't know how many people would watch it, but I imagine more people would have watched the Hulk TV show than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to keep, knocking on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but, I don't know. I've heard it's good, but, I've heard the first few seasons are not that good, so I don't know. But yeah, just being honest, a show about the Hulk, I mean, more people would watch that, I think, than a show about S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. I can't imagine a show like this being, decanonized like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was. But, yeah, so overall, I think this is a fantastic idea, or dare I say an incredible idea, and I would have really liked to see it. I would have really liked to see Mark Ruffalo's Hulk be explored more away from the Avengers. I would have loved to see Liv Tyler explore more of the Betty Ross character. I would have loved to see more of Hulk's villains. I've said before, I'll say it again, the leader absolutely should have been in the MCU by now, and the fact he still isn't is kind of annoying to me, honestly. So it would have been really cool to see him, or maybe Red Hulk. Maybe we could have gotten recurring appearances from Abomination, or maybe just regular human Thunderbolt Ross. I don't know. It would have been really cool to see, in my opinion. And as I said, Guillermo Del Toro behind the camera. Even if it was just for the pilot, that would be a hell of a debut. That really would. I don't think anyone can deny that at least the pilot would have probably been spectacular. But anyway, guys, let me know in the comments down below what you think. Let me know if you don't think it's a spectacular idea or an incredible idea. Okay, I'll stop. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you think of Guillermo Del Toro's Hulk TV show. Also, give me more what if recommendations in the comments down below, whether that's about the Hulk, Spider-Man, or any other Marvel characters or any non-Marvel characters, and I will try to get to it the best that I can. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with all of your friends on all your various social media platforms. And speaking of social media, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Rinzler_Productions, and don't forget to ring that notification bell either, as I upload brand new videos every single morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so ring that notification bell to stay up to date on all future uploads, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning in the next video.